Hello everyone and welcome to this lesson 1 on digital inclusion and sustainable development for rural regions as part of the Rural Access Information course provided to you by the CESA project. My name is Joseph Knoll from the Basic Internet Foundation. What we want to focus on is how we build the ecosystem for empowerment, which is energy, our main core of the CESA project, access and information, including information on energy. And what we are doing is like connecting schools, empowering pupils with energy information, connecting communities, because at the end of the day, what we believe is that inclusive information access for all is going to empower the society. And that believes that we need to start with trustworthy information on energy, on health, on education, agriculture, entrepreneurship. Then we need to establish data repositories to actually ensure that the repositories which we have are powering our local ecosystems. And at the end of the day, we need the regulatory framework, a framework where we believe that we should adopt the model of the road. Adopting the model of the road actually means that pedestrians and cyclists can use the road for free. And we've asked ourselves why we can't have the same model for the access to the internet, with digital pedestrians and digital cyclists being like text and pictures and having the free access to information. The money is in the broadband. And that is one of the two demands we have to do the further developments of 5G and certainly to 6G, where we expect that we should have a layer on the internet where access to information is a digital public good and parts of the digital public infrastructure. And second, where 5G cells are defined to cover large areas, to actually cover the large dimensions of Africa. Having said that, we have a very cost-effective installation where the equipment costs just around $420, which is 1/3 of the cost of an iPhone. And where the OPEX, the operational costs, are as little as $20 per month. That we've defined more in the upcoming courses afterwards. So our main interest here is to actually see how we can build local information spots. And here I take an example from a study we had on health information, where we actually saw an increase of knowledge of more than 60% for the African tapeworm, Cysticercosis thaniensis. And that actually triggered us to say that this information should be provided in every municipality for free. When we are looking for health information, for other information like energy information, we need to redefine how we want to access. And our starting point are that we have concentrated too much on the things and too little on the values. Because at the end of the day, we need to empower the societies. And that is what we do through regional competence centers. I explained in one of the follow-up courses. That happens through having universities connecting schools and community centers. And that is something we want to achieve through establishing community learning and living labs, which we call the CL3s, where everyone from the community can come and get information on energy, on health, and on other areas. Having said that, very short, we have been out in the fields. We connected the marketplace of Cellular being 22 kilometers away from the Tigo Tower at Mtowambu, south of the Serengeti at the Lake Manjara. We needed just 90 minutes to connect Isasi, which was hidden behind a mountain ridge. And we connected the school of Migoli, where we had 1,271 pupils with 34 full-time teachers. And we also established there a local distribution net reaching out to the community to establish the community learning and living labs. Having said that, please enjoy the other courses on energy empowerment, on the rural areas, and on providing the information on energy. Thank you so much for listening.